looks like we're still in the same range. Okay, maybe share my screen first before I continue. Good morning, Well, thank you for helping. A good afternoon, it depends on which part you are, of course. Pre-op session laid out nicely, and now we just start hanging around here for the whole day already. It's 3 in the afternoon and we're still at the same point as this morning actually. We did hit my TP1. If we did not take full profit, yeah, we're still hanging around here. Let's get these off the screen. There was no news today, so it's a very relaxing trading session at this point. We still got about 10 minutes to open, so be relaxing. We can all see this is a chopped market, guys, so if the market does not decide to show us any hand where it wants to go, we probably stay off the charts today. At this point, we will see what open brings, and afterwards we will see where it brings us. But at this point, you can all see the same that I do. We did not move anything at all. We will hear the same movement. So this was the morning session actually. We came down 2 levels and then actually we got it sideways for until 10 o'clock my time. Then we started moving again. We hit TP1 here, and now we're actually still at that stable distance. That does indicate me that the market does not have a lot of buyers at this point too, otherwise we would have fallen. We would have gone way up at this point. So we can see the 4 hours are quite big, moving lower. So let's see if the market can push us maybe under these 2 session lows. If we do get on these session lows, we probably take a look if we can go up to this high where this buy side liquidity is. If not, we will of course continue to the next trendline liquidity with a little gap here of a 4 hour that's still left right here. But because of no news, probably will be a relaxing market. Zet je erop, hè?
Nee, het is stormt. Niks kan. Moet ik niet nog even keren?
Give me a second, guys. Wat we waarschijnlijk moeten doen. Even kijken, kan ik het veranderen nummer volgens mij ook juist zo. Zoiets wel, tot dan.
Moet ik nou een keer opnieuw doen?
Nee, wat dat hij een ding moet doen. Die setup.
Verificatie.
So 5 minutes will open. I'll take a look if somebody said something in chat. Good morning. If there is no action, can you please show me an example of the 50-minute how we enter on the 5 minutes and where do we take it? Of course, Crypto will. I will definitely, if there is no action in the next, yeah, so when open comes, we will take a look what it brings us. If it does not immediately some action or movement, I'll go over them. I'll show a few examples. No, anytime.
Dan moet ik een ander apparaat filteren hier.
Nee. De paspoort ook nodig.
Kun je dat ooit al doen?
Dan een nieuw model, dat moeten we blijkbaar.
Moet het venster openen? Deze gebruiken.
Foto van je paspoort die daar en dingen zit. If we are actually lucky, we get that. If we are lucky, we get that sweep. Actually, we probably would even be able to enter that 15-minute ILM. If we 15-minute change in delivery and then continue up higher. Probably here we had a great momentum inside. This was actually a 5 minutes. Actually here was going to be the tap. That was the day after, right? Yeah. So you top step you wouldn't be able to take this. This was overnight. I took a whole other day to even go lower, so. But this one was not an example. Give it to you. This was actually a good example. So this was a 50-minute change. And the other way, actually the same. The entry model would actually be once we have a 5 minute for value gap. So that was actually right here. So this tab, where can you take it to? Actually, I would have wanted to take it to all the way here. So this would be in your short. Stop at the high. Could target at least that low. of the previous one, or actually I would want to tag actually that sessions load. Normally they go to session, so they most of the time go from one session to the other. Actually here they did not play out, but once we came all the way down, I probably would already got myself out somewhere around here. So if I did not have a full TP, I mean, this would have been maybe 0.8. Not a big profit, this one, but played out nicely. Same here, 15 minutes change in state, so this would actually be that candle. Oh, here comes open. I'll take a look first at open. Strong reaction. Yeah, session high or session low, doesn't matter. So up or down, both are good. So this would have been session low actually. So I would prefer us to see sweep this and then continue. Ik heb helemaal geen dings gezet.
Ja, dat heb ik net ook gedaan.
Wordt heel clear. Zo, meiden. Het heeft foto van jezelf getrokken en zo.
Ja, dat is goed, ja. Je zei ja, completed. Je mag het sluiten en verder doen.
Ik heb iemand passeren. Ik vind dat leuk. Niet? Ik heb de afwassen lang niet. Ik kan gaan passeren.
Ah ja.
En nu straks weer.
Ja, het was dan voor een ander keer.
Speciaal. Oh, en ik heb de man, kan ik even kijken voor
Ik kan toch gewoon voor dat paswoord doen. Ja, dit is juist, alles juist.
Dan mooi. So we got a strong 5-minute push.
Invalid username.
Kan je je e-mailadres typen, anders? Nee, reset gepakt. Change code gepakt misschien.
Ja?
Ah ja.
Moet je dat niet doen?
Ja, nee, gewoon een keer e-mail. Ja, toen wat goed. So guys, I'm helping my wife for a second. Wat het dan het So this does look like we probably will go higher first. I'll take up the upper. Okay, is it now? When is it in there? We came in a 1 hour for value gap. Let's see how we get the reaction off of here. So this is actually a nice area where we could have some buy side liquidity have been taken and then take out the lower part. I did actually want to see us close below this liquidity right here before we push up higher, but let's still give it some patience, see what the market does. Wat was dat, hè? Misschien moet ik het onder even. Okay, I'm back. It looks like it won't be fixable for today. So we will do it some other time. In the meantime, we still have about 4 more minutes before this first 15 minutes is in range, and it still looks like it wants to maybe go a little high. The good thing is about 18 minutes from now we actually have an option to show us what it wants to do. Looking for the reversal, that would be or a sweep from London's high, or a sweep at the lower part. Misschien beter die moeten. Hey, I got a strange thing. Your chart is different than yeah, of course it is. I'm on NQ. You're on NNQ. I'm on Nasdaq. You should be on NNQ or MNQ. So that's about micro Nasdaq. So that means I'm on a contract where it's $20 per point, and yours should be MNQ. So that's about 2 points, $2 per point. Look at this 15 minutes. We're at the last 2 minutes and we're all the way back to the lows. It would have been nice if we actually swept the session. Actually, I see this as London's high, so not this one. So opening of London has been swept actually. At what point should I say change of state? Actually, on this retracement right here would be changed already. So once we came 3 down, we came back up, and this would actually be that change here. On a 1 minute, on a 15 minute, actually I want to see this go above here. So once we are in a sideways movement, I want to see a clear change. So I would want to see actually to go above here. Then I would agree. This is why we don't take the 5, because this can actually happen easily. So do I want to prefer a 15 minute, because this shows you a bit more of chance that you actually have. But be a bit careful today, guys. We can see it's been slow market, just sideways, no actually big moves at all. So be patient until actually the market shows you what it wants to go, because in the first 15 minutes we actually started and we're back at the starting point. Yeah, see, that's what I mean. I'm on NQ, my friend. So this is not MNQ, so this is NQ, Nasdaq. So it can be a little bit different. It should not be that much different. Oké, ik kan chatberichten sturen naar die gasten. Waarom ik eigenlijk nog altijd opnieuw bleef. Want goed, ik zal het hier omzetten bij mij. Het andere.
Laat hem maar over straks.
So it actually looks like we just tapped the Vervalia, right? 28, 15, 5, 28, 17. Yeah, we tapped this Vervalia gap just with 1 point, so these are as good as equal highs. I hope everybody from this morning did take profits at least. If you did, log your trade at least too, so you know. And if you did take profit and it was more than an hour collected, you should not be trading at this point. Keep your profits. Just because of the market, how it's been reacting. Actually, you can see that these staircases, they look like stairs. They're actually the same movement, so we just took out some more liquidity right here. That's it. And we're building up a bit right here. All under here. Now, even though crypto will, even though that now actually this should be a nice 15-minute, as long as we didn't sweep the previous session, now I cannot enter either. So I need a session to be taken on one or the other side. If Orb decides to close to the upside, we got some movement to go. So first idea would be here, of course. Yeah, we take it first to 23,881 and now look what it brings. If we have no reactions strongly downwards anymore from here, we'll probably even could go to these highs here. But be patient until we see a breach. If you're an orb trader, if you are the one that wants to take the reverse, or we still need to wait anyways. We didn't have to sweep any session yet. We did sweep cal zones, but no session highs. So this would be my session of London. An hour before opening. Okay, so 2 more minutes until we have that drop. Now we're actually very close to those lows here. So if we can get those. If you're an orb trader and we breach to the outside, I would actually try this. I don't believe we have any for value gaps inside. No, so we can actually put it right here somewhere halfway. So if you're an orb trader, I would actually definitely try this. We did not take out the lows yet, so big possibility that we will fall to here at least and then see where we head to. So if I see the market change hand and come back to the orb entry, I would probably just close the trade. But we still have a minute. If we get back inside right here and do not close the ball outside, that would look way less good. If we can be here somewhere. Still here, we can take it. This is orb, so inhaling.
Voor u?
Voor u?
Oh, ik ben hem niet aan het nemen.
Dan maak ik het vraag. So anybody that trades orb should be short right here. We will definitely take it to that low, that's for sure. Once we hit this, I want to see that immediately push down. So I don't want to see a stall or a hang around or do anything. I actually want to see a full flush down. This is actually quite a big stop. So if you entered, if you did not enter yet, you can still get a better price. So this should be a 47-point stop. I would take my stop all the way to that wick, 23,804, and then let the market continue his movement down. First point of interest would be actually previous Friday's lows actually. But if we can actually continue a bit further, we still have some gaps right here that we can start filling up. So main idea would be if we can hit this one. This would be then TP1 at 23,670. That would be at least 1.8 hours, so that is actually doable.
Hoeveel maak je omzet? Ik heb het nu wel niet berekend.
Hm?
Hoeveel maak je omzet? Ik heb het nu niet berekend.
2 maximum.
Order filled.
Aanpassen weer.
Yeah, it's still possible to go lower. So if we go lower, we will probably go to the right here, this gap right here. So if this does not hold at any value at all, we'll probably just fall further immediately. If you watch this 1 hourly, We came in, took for value gap, we tapped our liquidity. So if this minute and 55 second actually closes below these wicks here, we will definitely go all the way down. So this is session low, first one.
Look. Hey, take a look.
So we still got another minute. I do want to see that next session get flushed too. But that from Fridays.
Kan ik er helemaal zijn?
Jawel, hier.
Moet je drukken? Ik durf niet drukken.
So my wife is joining the orb traders again. I'm still being patient. So if you are in this trade, stop should be at 23,000. $804. This should be your stop. Reason why is this is actually the last value gap that we was created. I actually don't believe there was any. No, all the rest were filled up. So I do want to see now that continuation too. Nice continuation lower. If we create a new 5 minutes for value gap right here and we fall through this low again, we will see what happens.
Wilman en ik gaan naar de Alharve, weet ik niet, Alharve, dat ze noemt, en dan gaan we op dat ding zijn, want dat mag zo echt niet.
Hier. Hoe lang ga je ongeveer weg zijn?
Hij stopt hier zo meteen, dus ik ga
Oh, ja.
vragen.
Dat is oké, dat een paar keer gaat al, Jana, maar het is niet de bedoeling dat je elke dag nu gaat gaan, dat je de buurman elke dag gaat en dan elke dag gaat bezighouden. Ik ken u, hij overdreeft en alles veel te veel van soms. En ik ben bezig aan het traden nu, dus ik zou graag hebben dat je je ding blijft doen. Je hebt nog eigenlijk niks gedaan. Ja, maar ja, eigenlijk zou het niet moeten zijn omdat je niet klaar bent. Je hebt nu ja gezegd al, maar dat was niet de doelstelling. Eerste ding niet. Dan andere dingen. Ja, mag niet meegaan, maar mag dat je er op het tijd een mooi uur terug zit. Hè. Want ik weet niet hoe dat werkt. Hè. Excuse me guys. My kid came inside and she wanted to go drive with a quad. She's 9, so yeah. You heard me correctly. She wants to go drive on a quad. So, but her normal activities were not.
We gaan daar in de week.
Ja, oké.
Yeah, her normal activities were not done yet. So actually, I asked if she was, and she was looking like me, like no, but can I still go? So for a 15-minute chase and delivery, I actually want to see now full close above here. And I want to see if we have a 5 minute for value gap created inside. Then I want to take a long off of this. We did sweep a session, so for traders, we still continue. That doesn't mean that I can be correctly. We're still hanging around this liquidity here, so I know it's a bit strange for me saying I want to go long once everybody is shorting actually, but if the model presents, I still need to take it. So we do have 500 for value gap right here. If we can tap this and then actually have a very strong reaction back down, that would actually be a nice adding spot then once we close below here. lost you. So here's a tap with a 5 minute and 3, 2, oh. So this is that tap. Now, why does yours react rather fast back down? That is a pretty strong move back up. I don't like this 5 minute right here. Gotta be honest. So I'm still leaving the stop. Still need to be patient. Can easily just fall all the way back down with the next close, so. This one off the screen for a second. For the next 10 minutes we probably see what I want to do. If the market just goes up and stays there for a while, we'll probably call it a day. If it doesn't do anything, some stuff off. So still, this is target, so this would be TP. That would be 23,670. I'm putting the stuff of the chart for a second so I actually can see if there is any possibility for me to take a trade, of course. Otherwise my eyes keeps looking at the short that's already in position. Did you short that, Blake? The picture that you sent? I see like an entry on it. So for anybody that's actually trading percentages and not just dollar fixed, make sure that you, if you have a not profitable trade, that you keep you still on your percentages. That means if you have actually a 2,000 account to start with and you're in not profit, so say that you had a $200 R collection normally for the first time, so the 10% that meant, so that means the next time you actually have 1900, so that means that you actually should, or 1800, that means that you have a little bit less. Okay, great. So that means if your next trade should be 10% again of that $2,000, that's actually 1,800. That means that you only have $180 left. So make sure you reduce that too. I'm actually going to show you why we do this. So I actually went over this morning. Say that we have 0% profit, and that we actually have 10% from our account that we added with it.
Dat is zo. Ja dan.
Is het zelf wat erin?
Doe er mee op.
Oh yeah. So with a 0% win rate, and we have a starting balance of 2k. Let's see how many trades we can take. Actually, I believe that was around 55 trades that you could take. Yeah, for 55 trades and you're still not in a full account given away. Let's do 40 trades. So you can take more than 40 trades with a loss if you constantly reduce the amount. So say 200, and we reduce. Okay, so around here 30 trades would probably be impossible actually to still enter a trade. But this actually keeps your account a lot longer if you count on percentages. So make sure you do that. So 2 minutes until this close. Would be nice now to see this last candle fall. So no change yet, still looks bearish, or still looks like it wants to go a bit lower. But because we have been going ranged based constantly from this morning, so we took almost all liquidity from 8:30 until now on both sides. So anybody that was in here or trading this long or short just got stopped on both sides.
Wat is al een klad?
Soms draal, let's drive. So my kid just passed on the quad. So but do know if you can manage that, to actually give a full account just with ordinary trades where you actually follow the full plan, and you did give a full account to the market. You can actually be very proud of yourself that you followed your plan completely to 40 trades. Okay, yeah, if you would have 40 trades and not have one winning trade, that means that your strategy probably isn't working, but it does mean that you can follow a plan, and that's the main thing. That means that you have very good psychology. And most of you are getting there step by step, so I'm proud. An hour on stream and we're actually at starting price. This was open. Yeah, so we're actually exactly on open price. Het mag hier niet, maar we zijn hier toch.
Dat is wel ziek van me. Dus kan nog leren.
So the market does decide to go under here, when we could actually put our stop down right here. So then we had actually a sweep, came back, for value gap created, and a continuation low. So if the market closes below this, that actually meant after we touched the 5-minute for value gap, we came up, we took some liquidity, and now we actually continued the movement. What would actually mean that we are going lower, and then probably we will hit that first take profit point. I do want to see that close below here before we move anything. So this should be that close below. What probably is also then New York session from Friday. What are those equals? Oh, it missed it by a half a point. Didn't Q take it? Sometimes MNQ does take it. No, it missed it. It's the same. It missed it at a half a point, a quarter of a point. That was very close actually. And don't tell me that we didn't even get close here. this was a sweep, that would actually was a totally different story, but we actually missed it by almost nothing. So look, if this was a sweep, I would have said to you guys, get out of the trade, but because it did not take that session low, we have to be patient. And because the market has been very slow this morning, so it probably will do the same this afternoon. If you're in it, just be calm and relaxing. We will get there. It was about 2 hours this morning too. We weren't sitting in stream sideways doing nothing, so it can happen just the same here. Looks like most of Ethereum probably will go, if it drops any further, next stop would be 4,000, after that next stop would be 3,008 if it continues. Because we did take a 4-hour for value gap right here, and we swept that low. We came in for value gap, so actually this hourly is actually 4 hours pretty important. If we see a bearish reaction continuing under here, we probably go at least to 4,070, something like that. We will take out this sell side liquidity here for anybody that was interested. And Q is just keeping at the same level anyways. And we can see on the 15 minutes that this is still chopped market. Nothing happened. The only thing that we did is actually take out buy side liquidity and sell side liquidity. So the market did need contracts to make it this move on the way it wants to, but unless the market shows me a huge candle, bearish or bullish, doesn't matter what, actually we won't know what the market actually wants to do. Because on this time frame it looks like it wants to go lower. But this was a session sweep, or almost a session take. I believe it's due to news from tomorrow. Is there news tomorrow? Oh, Trump does peak this afternoon, or this evening for us. But actually, at 4 o'clock there was house, market index. Did that do anything? Oh, this is 4 o'clock, so this was actually this candle itself.
Ik heb je zien passeren.
Wel snel.
Dat was echt super snel. Je bent 4 keer langs hier gepasseerd.
Ik heb wel het gezien en gehoord. Dat was wel fijn, hè?
Ja. Hij zei dat hij versleten uitzag. Voor mij ziet dat er niet versleten uit. Ziet er nog splinternieuw uit zelfs.
Het is nu niet dat hij dat draagt, hè?
Hij had er nog een paar, maar ja.
Okay, this will probably our stop. Looks like the market does not want to go lower at this point. Strong push. Yeah, no point in reducing anyway now, so The max that you could have was 2 contracts in this one, so. And if you did break profit this morning, you should not be trading. That means that you did not give back what you already made to the market, especially after a sideways movement. So. And there was no other place than putting a stop right here. 50% failed. If we, like I said, if we did sweep that low, I would probably want to long this, but we did not, so that would stop. Okay, this will be logging the trades, of course. So this is actually a change in delivery that I want to see. So for that 15-minute change in state. So if we do have a tap on the 5-minute right here, once this 15-minute gets closed, it's still 5 more minutes. So then I'm gonna risk a long, and we will see how far we can take it up. This will be my first trade this week. Oh yeah, we're only Monday, so it's normal. So if this one 5-minute would have closed here, I would have taken an entry somewhere right here, but because it did not, I'll be patient. And this is actually for down 62 points, so that's really. Let's see how the 3 minutes goes. If I have an opportunity, I will take this. So this is that 15-minute change in state. So I want to see how we actually close. We actually closed above almost everything. So if I got a chance and we get a 5-minute tap right here, I'll take this. So first target would be Asia high. The second, maybe previous Friday high. But just like and Y is just the same. So ES is a bit more bullish. So if I don't have a value gap like right here, I don't have my entry model, so that's no trade. Okay, as the market does not show me its hand in the next quarter, I'm not gonna take a trade. It does need to actually show me a clear movement. We can see we're back at the same range. We just are still doing the same sideways choppy market. Okay. And then we also need to know, okay, maybe we keep our hands off for today. If the market decides to go up and then completely flush back down and then take out that low, that would be actually strange to see, especially if it takes out twice the highs. Yeah, if it does complete flush now, then we were just unlucky. We waited it, we had a clean break. Was no point of putting our stop anywhere else anyways, but this was actually a good trade. You cannot say that wasn't. Yeah, I don't have 1 to 5 minutes. There should be one here. So we didn't create it. And this 15 minute actually came all the way back down, so there is no change. So this is why we actually be patient until this 15 minute closes. We didn't even have it. So if you see, this is just a wick taking liquidity right here. So we just took actually buy side liquidity from this height. So and now we actually came back all the way beneath the candle even, so I needed to close above this candle right here, but we did not. Once we came back down, we actually continued. So anybody that was been trading this day, look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 candles of 15 minutes going sideways, guys. And we all see this. If you ever see this, please keep your hands off the market. Now the orb actually showed us it wanted to go down, so we took buy side liquidity, so this is why I actually let you guys enter. It took all the liquidity parts and then actually came back down with a huge wick and showed a bearish candle. So it's shown that actually that wanted to go lower. Actually the next 15 minutes we came back up, but once we are seeing this movement lower, it actually looked like it wanted to fall further. So we did have a 5 minute fair value gap, so I was countering in, we can't tap this and then continue further down, but we did not. So as good as you can read candles, if we are doing chopped, like I've told many times before, it does not matter how good you can read it. It is not accurate then. But that's the only time that you actually cannot read the candles. If it goes continuation movement or a lower movement, we can actually, but at this point, yeah, but it is what it is. So don't give it any value. It's not your human error or anything else. It actually, the market did not want to show us what we want to see, that's all. This was actually a very good trade, followed plan, close above, had patience until we had a clear breach. I would take this trade any day over again. So is it clear why I'm not taking any trades at this point? I believe Thursday was my last trade day, so it's been 2 days now, no trading. So for everybody in the Discord, best loser wins will be implemented soon. I believe I'm on 4 hours or something like that. I tried to upload it today already, so you have the first 4 hours uploaded by tomorrow morning, and I'll then take the second part. But you cannot listen to a book of 6 hours anyways in a day. I'll try to do the recording by night this evening. And I want to take a check if I actually can upload it. I'm not sure. If I cannot, I will give a WeTransfer link for everybody that wants to download it. So same here, once we came actually in that hourly, we saw the movement lower, created a 1 hour for value gap. We actually tapped it very slowly, but we did here. So this was actually also a sign that I said, okay, the market wants to continue, and still it did not. So I hope everybody kept it to its plan today and actually stayed off the market when this morning session was finished. Otherwise, I'm quite sure that a few of you have given something to the market. Because this is actually a part where people need to stay off the market. I will go over it one more time. Why? Because we don't have volume, or we just take upper side and downside liquidity out constantly. So that means that you are liquidity. Even though it's not real money, or if it's a prop firm, it's not real money, it doesn't mean that you cannot be liquidity. So, and you don't want to be that. You want to be the one that takes the profits and puts your stop where liquidity just has been taken. This is why actually I found this actually a very good stop. Liquidity been taken, so sell side right here, or buy side right here. Trend line liquidity been taken, so almost session high. Sometimes it takes it, sometimes it doesn't, and then continue lower. I hope not everybody has been patient until Trump speaks this evening, or we can be here for quite some time before we have any movement. Okay. Wat 0,22 voor deze op. foulard hybride. Altijd het TPM pakt profitten. Ja. Oké, dan moest een R zijn sowieso. Yeah, sorry. I was looking at some people's diaries right now. That just sent me. The market is just slow anyway, so if anybody has a question, you can always ask, of course. Not sure if Nicholas is here, so if you are, no, it looks not. Okay, I'll tell you this tomorrow morning. So if you take profit, people, make sure you at least take 1 hour off if you're taking a trade in the morning session, so that we actually have that 1 hour. So the reason why we take 1 hour at least off when we take profit is to make sure that actually our profit taking is bigger than our not profits. So we actually give an hour to the market, so actually we should be at least at 1.2, 1.3 when we're taking profit. Wat van de moor? Nee, 18. Nee, niet weet van de... Ja. Oké. Dat was zeker. So about 3 more minutes. If we stay in this range, I will call it a day. That's an hour and a quarter stream, not moving a point. So this was open. We're right here now, so at exactly the same distance. If I can give any pointers for today, if you did give something to the market, do not jump in it while we are doing this. At least wait until you see a huge candle movement to a direction, and then actually that it shows you if you have that sweep and then that change in delivery. Wait until that 15-minute high gives you a change before you can enter. You do want to see at least this low being taken. So these are as good as equal lows, so they will get taken at some point. But if the market does decide, after all, once we get off and the market decides to jump anyways to that gap here, yeah, we were just unlucky then for the orb. That's all. So if you feel that you're not satisfied or not happy because you're taking the orb and we did give something to the market, make sure you write down why you feel this, because in the long run we are not allowed to let our emotions do anything. So we actually have to be having faith in everything we do. So make sure if you do have some, it's okay. Well, I have them too. It's not that I don't have them. But just make sure that you don't use them in trading. because this will actually influence you tomorrow's trade too, so that would actually give you a bit less confident of less faith in the model for the day afterwards. And if this happens and you're not courage enough to take a full R again the day after, also ask yourself why. Because every day is a new day, so every trade is a new trade, and you can never look at the previous day as the day as today. So say we took a 1 on Friday, but does not always mean that we take a win the next day. Yeah, so if this market now continues lower, that is just yeah, not fun, but that's trading actually. Also here you have to be okay with it. Now if the market does continue falling and it doesn't, or just wants to go sideways, no matter what it does, always be okay with it. And somebody asked me to show you a few movements of that 50 minutes change in delivery, so make sure you ask that question again on Thursday. I'll probably go over this model a few times, so I actually will live back test it then, so that you actually have a chance to see it come to fruition. Where do we see a nice 50 minutes? Probably here we have, so London was swept right here. If you trade New York session, it was taken, had a 50 minute change right here. Do we have a 5 minute for value gap in this one? Actually, I have no idea. Yeah, we did. So right here, that was a tap, and that was a short. I would have taken it to that high. Where do we want to take it? At least to previous session's low, so that would be that session, so that would be 2.3. If you see the market does want to continue, you can even take it lower, but if you can just take it to where it took the session's high, you can just take it to that low again, and that would actually be that trade. If you prefer to keep holding it and say, okay, once I get to that point of sessions low and we do not sweep a high anymore, so we could have put it here already. Break even, definitely. And even once we got back down, yeah, we had a 5 minutes for, so we had another 5 minutes right here, but we got a tap, so you could even put your stop right there. So then you kept at least this profit from all the way from right here, the entry, to here, so you would have been at least in profit for 40 points. And then see where it takes you. You do not always need to take profit, you can just let it run and then trail stop further down. So every new 5 minute for value gap that's created, like here, and we fall further down and we go below the previous low, you can put your stop then right there. So that would have been then here, and then continuously see if you find new ones. Now probably that would be it. And this was end of day, so now we did sweep the sessions low. Finally. Oh, my alarm was done. So for all traders, that was actually, yeah, not fun. I know, but it's trading, so just be okay with it. Like I said if it wasn't before quarter before, I will not take a trade. So even though now, if it does change, I will not take a trade. I have to keep me to my own word, otherwise I'll get very confused by myself. No matter what the market does now, I'm gonna call it a day. I am not gonna trade, so I'll leave it over for one of the next sessions. I'm okay with it. If anybody wants to take a trade, another one, and the model is that sweep. So this was actually a sweep. We do want to see a 15-minute close above here, and then I want to see a 5-minute inside of it. So if you have a 5-minute fair value gap inside these heights, then actually you can take that entry, put your stop at the low, or the previous wicks low of the fair value gap, and then take it higher. Where can we take it to? I would say at least London's high, or maybe even this high. But like the market is moving now, it doesn't look like it wants to do much. So I would probably, I'm not gonna trade. So if you ask me, I would keep my hands off of it today, just because of the movement it does. No, I didn't take a trade. We do not always have to trade once we are behind the charts. I didn't take Friday one and today not, so I'm okay. If I can, I will, but if the market shows me it does not want to move any direction, why would I actually try to trade then? If I have a clear viewpoint in how the market moves and reacts, I love to take a trade, but not taking a trade does always does make you a lot more disciplined also. So if you're behind the charts and do not trade, and you can not even paper trade it, just watch it and do nothing, make yourself comfortable too with it. So that means that you actually had courage not to do anything. The main reason is just because it's doing this. This is why I don't want to trade. If it had a clear direction, which side it wanted to take, I would perfectly take a trade. This morning, the most of us should have made an R, so. I'll have to be here much longer, but it's no use for me. So I call today, no trading for me. If the market does decide to go much higher and anybody wants to jump, like I said, we need the market close above here. Close candle here. If we have a close candle above this high in this 15-minute next, and we can then take this 50-minute and see that there is a fair value gap of 5 minutes inside, that on the 5-minute touch, that's your entry, and your stop should be at this low. And like I said, where can we take it to? I would take it to London's high. That would be first idea. Second idea, New York session. So I wish you all a very great trading session for the rest of New York. I've been here an hour and a half now, and the market hasn't moved anything. So we have multiple days when actually open starts, and we actually have a clear movement where the market wants to go to. Here we do not. We came twice to the high, we took twice the lows, so this tells me the market still needs liquidity. So we took the high, and the low. Here we took the low and we took the high. So we took it twice now in the last 2 hours. We don't want to be part of it. We want to be at the lows or the highs and continue a movement. Have a great day, everybody. Enjoy. Everything's uploaded, so I'll make sure that the book will be uploaded by tomorrow morning, at least the first part of it already. Wish you all a great trading day and stay off the charts for the rest of the day. It doesn't look like it wants to do anything. Tomorrow we will probably have a much more volatile day, or around 7 o'clock in the evening when Trump starts to speak. Maybe this one will shake up the market a bit.